So Gary Kasparov posted this, and I thought, yeah, this is really interesting. He said, anyone who cares about Ukraine must watch this. For me personally, this made me emotional. I've been waiting for years for someone to do what Senator Bennett just did. Well, what did he do? Well, he was grilling Tulsi Gabbard, and in that, he's laying out the case in a very well done way. So we're going to watch this together and hear what he had to say.
Moment that Russian tanks were rolling across the peaceful border of Ukraine for the first time. You tweeted at 11:30 p.m. your time. Moment that Russian tanks were rolling across the peaceful border of Ukraine for the moment that Russian tanks were rolling across the peaceful border of Ukraine for the first time. You tweeted at 11:30 p.m. your time. This war and suffering could have easily been avoided if Biden administration / NATO had simply acknowledged Russia's legitimate security concerns regarding Ukraine's becoming a member of NATO. Did you say that, yes or no?
I believe you're reading my tweet, Senator.
Yes is the answer. A few months later, you said on your podcast, and I quoted it, quote, "But this regime change war against Russia that the U.S. and NATO are waging via their proxy in Ukraine didn't begin when Putin invaded Ukraine. They had their eyes set on this objective long before that." Did you say that, yes or no?
I believe you're reading my tweet.
Thank
There's
you.
a lot
the answer
more.
Is yes.
You're quoting a podcast that provided much more
I'm happy to have a
context.
conversation with the chairman about whether I'm taking anything out of context. I don't think I am. And your answer is yes. Are you aware that your comments about proxy wars and Russia's legitimate security concerns, to quote your own words, are in alignment with what the Russians have said to justify their invasion of Ukraine? Yes
Senator,
or no?
I don't pay attention to Russian propaganda. My goal is to speak the truth,
the answer is
regardless of whether you like it or not.
I'll take it. That's fine. You said you are used to speaking truth to power.
Yes.
I'm shocked to hear you now say that, you are agreeing. I'm not shocked because I know you said it. You are agreeing that you basically said that Putin was justified in rolling over the peaceful border of Ukraine, the first time since World War II that a free nation had been invaded by a totalitarian state. And you were there at 11:30 p.m. that night to say that you were with them, not us. And let me tell you something. You say you don't know because you don't read Russian propaganda. Russian state TV then aired your comments. Did you know that?
Senator, I think you should also quote the statement that I made criticizing Putin for his invasion of Ukraine.
What I would say, Mr. Chairman, with the last, it's up to all of us. We're the Senate. We get to decide whether we're going to confirm this nominee. Obviously, we didn't select this nominee. But can't we do better than somebody who doesn't believe in 702? Can't we believe that somebody who can't answer whether Snowden was a traitor 5 times today, who made excuses for Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine, the first time that I'm aware of any American official has done that? I'm questioning her judgment. That's the issue that's at stake here. And as you said, and I totally agree, this is about our intelligence officers. And you cannot answer. Most of what we do here is in secret. This is one of the very few opportunities that you will ever have to have a conversation with this panel in public. And the record is going to be very clear about the position you took with regard to Edward Snowden. And the record is going to be very clear about your reaffirmation of the statements you made in the middle of the night when Russia was invading the free country of Ukraine. And I hope we will take that in consideration when we have this vote.
Your time has expired.
Well, okay, what do you think of that? So that was an impassioned plea to lay this out on the table and expose what where Gabbard's heart, where her thinking really is. And I think it really is not in Ukraine's best interest by anything that I can detect. Uh, and I think Russia thinks the same way. Here's RT. RT tweeting this out. Tulsi Gabbard does not pay attention to Russian propaganda, speaks her own mind when it comes to her views on the conflict in Ukraine. Um, okay, this almost gives more evidence that this was actually the case. This was just yesterday that they tweeted this out. All right, tell me what you think about that in the comments below. Thank you for the time. Thank you for the likes, the shares, and the subscribes. And thank you for being the kind of person that cares about Ukraine.